to our second video lesson, this time from Lithuania. Today we're going to talk about waste, its collection and recycling. We know that we must keep in mind that waste management is a must, as it is a global problem. Please look at the slide where you can see the aims and objectives of the lesson, as well as the plan. Why do we have to consistently, patiently learn to handle the waste? Why is it important to use things as long as possible? Why must the whole world do this? There are several good reasons for this. These are the goals of our lesson today. So, some waste does not necessarily have to end at the waste handlers, as it can be reduced. Actually, sometimes a minor repair is necessary for an equipment to work. After all, we often change a mobile phone not because it is no longer working, but because we want to be up to date and have the one of the latest fashion. In such a case, our still functioning device may be donated or transferred for a symbolic fee to another person. It takes a long time for the items people use to disappear from the surface of the earth. The available natural resources in the world are decreasing, therefore it is necessary to use them as economically as possible, and people should throw away as little waste as possible. A lot of raw materials are used for the production of goods. Most materials can be recycled or used, thus saving natural and productive resources. The more waste is recycled, the more natural resources are saved. Finally, we protect our surroundings and human health. Of course, some important questions arise. Where will the waste or rubbish find room? How will it affect the environment in which we live? How will the air we breathe be affected? The same goes with the water we drink. Waste disposed anywhere or not properly sorted out is hazardous. People who buy wasted equipment and take it apart illegally seek only for valuable secondary materials such as copper or gold. The waste that is not valuable in market is thrown away in landfills, left near the forest, roadsides, or other places. For example, the managers of electronic equipment waste first of all decontaminate it before throwing it away. Appliances that are no longer suitable for use are sent for recycling. By 2040, the Earth's temperature can rise more than 1.5 degrees. Therefore, catastrophes may occur. We must stop global warming. About 7.5 billion people live on our planet, and this number is rising. The consequence of an increasing human population is the increasing amount of waste. One inhabitant accumulates from 400 to 800 kilos of waste per year. If we do mathematical calculations, it may seem crazy. And what will happen in 10 or 15 years? What about Lithuania? If all people living there shared a piece of land, it would be 2.2 hectares for each person, where 55 square meters would be a pile of smelly rubbish. So we have to tidy up and share clean patches of land. In the Pacific Ocean, there are already garbage islands. And what if the Baltic Sea became a floating waste island? The average of waste generated in the European Union is about 474 kilos per person. It is estimated that every resident of Lithuania produces about 433 kilos of municipal waste per year. The annual amount of generated waste is constantly increasing since 2005. In Lithuania, this number used to be 387 kilos. We have calculated that in the gymnasium we throw away from 11 to 15 kilos of paper waste a day. The gymnasium is attended by approximately 450 community members every day. One A4 sheet or size paper weighs about 5 grams, so in order to save one tree, we have to collect almost 59 kilos of different paper and cardboard waste. It means that we need to take actions and create a robot as soon as possible so as to speed up the sorting of waste. Waste is divided into municipal and household, occurring in places of consuming, industrial, commercial, that is produced as the result of economic activity. There is also dangerous waste, but we still talk about the waste that surrounds us, the one we find most commonly in our lives.
So this slide shows the cycle of consumption. We spend every second consuming. We breathe the air, we move, use electricity, eat, wash, buy things, and etc. In the process of consumption, there is also always a byproduct. By breathing, we release carbon dioxide. Heat is generated because of moving. If we buy or eat, there comes packaging and food waste. We get a lot of unnecessary things. Now we'll talk about waste in our nearby environment, that is municipal or household waste. This slide shows the structure of municipal or household waste, which is classified according to organic or non-organic origin. Pay attention that only 27% of all household waste is of organic origin. Biodegradable waste is also of organic origin and can be divided into food waste, green waste, and other. This kind of waste decomposes rapidly, but the number of those whose decay time is longer is increasing. One of the examples of non-organic waste is packages. They are lightweight, but they take a lot of space in containers. There are many types of them because their purpose is to protect products and items from external environmental factors. This slide shows the path of packaging. Packages can be categorized according to various criteria. The first one is according to the purpose. Trade, grouped, and transport packages belong to this category. Trade packages are those which the product is packed into. Damaging it will also spoil the product. A water bottle could be an example. Grouped, when several identical goods are packed. For example, water bottles are enwrapped by a film. Transport packages, which protect goods from damage during transportation. For instance, large carton or pallets. Next criteria is according to the structure. Simple is made of a single material, for example, paper or plastic. Combined or multi-layer is made of several materials. Let's take milk or juice packages containing paper, plastic or foil. Compound packaging, such as box of sweets made of paper and covered with a plastic film. According to the frequency of usage, packages can be disposable. They are discarded after the usage, for example, disposable cups, and reusable. the ones that are washed and reused, for example, plastic bottles or barrels, according to the material which they are made of. Glass is friendly material for the environment because it can be recycled many times. Plastic is the most popular due to its durability and causes most serious global problems. PET, this is lightweight, strong, resistant material suitable for recycling. Even clothes, mats, fabrics are produced of it. Paper and cardboard are popular too, but they are made of wood, so you have to cut trees. Wooden packages can be used several times. Then they can be burned, thus getting energy. Metal, aluminium and steel are used. Every European citizen consumes 4 metal containers a week. These are various cans, for example, food packaging. Combined packages can be made of plastic and metal, for example, various dishes for products. There can also be ceramic, fabric, and so on. Secondary raw materials make just 4% of all non-organic waste. They are suitable for recycling. These are articles made of glass, paper, cardboard, and metal that are thrown away into a container. Bulky waste or large-sized waste. These are old furniture, windows, doors, tires, tanks, carpets, and so on. Construction waste consists of bricks, concrete cubes, and so on. Textiles and hygiene waste, clothes, bed linen, curtains, syringes, bandages, diapers are a huge problem in landfills because they absorb and retain water for a long time. Ashes. They include ash, sand, and other particles smaller than 10 millimeters.
Next question we're going to talk about is the waste management. The US waste policy states that all measures must be taken in order to reduce negative impacts on environment. Waste can be managed in different ways. This scheme, an inverted pyramid, shows priorities from the most to the least desirable. The main one is reducing waste. Prevention, that's what we're doing right now. Then goes reuse, recycling, burning, used for energy, and landfill disposal. Waste management priorities are encoded after 3 P letters. Prevention, reduction of packaging. We buy more than we need. The more we consume, the more we pollute. The recommendation is to buy only what we need, to carry bags to the stores, thus there will be less waste of plastic. Reuse. Many products that we buy can begin to live a second life in our home. For example, wooden pallets may be used as the firewood. Tires can turn into swings. Recycling. Paper is a valuable secondary raw material. Advancing paper processing technology allows to recycle paper packaging even 8 times. We talk about unsuitable wallpapers, wipes, toilet paper. Glass existence period is very long. It takes hundreds of years. Glass debris is the main raw material for glass production and it can be recycled unlimited times. The debris must be free of mirrors, ceramic, metal, other impurities. Plastics was invented in 1870 to replace ivory that was used for making billiard balls. Later plastics was used for prosthetics, combs, knife handles, piano keys. Nowadays, there are many types of plastic that are manufactured and used. Plastics is made from non-renewable natural resources such as oil, gas. That's why they need to be saved. Besides, intermediate products are carcinogenic and paints are of environmental concern. However, plastic is lightweight, easy to transport, easy to process and produce various raw materials. There is one more way to handle excess waste. It's burning. In the past, it caused a lot of problems because the waste was not sorted. Chimneys didn't have air filters, and so toxic smoke particles contaminated the air. Nowadays, eco requirements are applied to burning. Still, it is not a good way to handle waste, since exhaust gases deplete the protective ozone layer, which contributes to climate warming. However, burning can be a source of heat and electricity. Composting is suitable for biodegradable materials. Composting is possible both at home and industry. The process must be controlled because of the release of carbon dioxide, methane, ammonia, and filtrate, which can lead to ecological problems. Landfills are the worst method of waste management. Anaerobic conditions arise, disintegration, fermentation of substances begin. In 12 to 15 months, landfill gases build up intensively, and the process lasts up to 15 years or more. Landfill gas has a negative effect on the environment, as 99% of it consists of methane and carbon dioxide. They cause greenhouse effect, harm human health, and stink. In addition, they contaminate the land and groundwater, harm plants and animals. In the landfill, animals get infected. Rats, which spread diseases and parasites, breed, and birds pass wastes into the surrounding areas. Lithuanian storks do not want to fly to Africa. They stay in Portuguese landfills. This is a risk because of unhealthy food. They can start to die. Sorting. Waste sorting is the separation of waste at the place where it arises, depending on its type and nature, with a purpose to collect it separately. By sorting out, we all contribute to the protection of our environment and the reduction of pollution. So the contribution of each of us is very important. Sorting, we save non-renewable resources that are constantly reducing. We fight against global warming. We save energy. When sorting, waste does not fall into the landfill. It is recycled or used for energy, and therefore it does not pollute our environment so much. While reducing the number of landfills, air and ground pollution decreases. It is worth to sort because up to 95% of energy can be saved when remaking cans. While processing paper bags, about 1 million trees that are cut out for paper production can be saved a year. After processing 1 ton of paper, we save 23 trees, 27,000 liters of water, and so much energy that we can heat a medium-sized house for 6 months, reducing air pollution by 70%. Glass can be recycled many times, which means that less raw material is needed. Thrown away packaging waste lasts for 500 years. It damages human beings and animals. Harmful compounds that cause several damage to the body, soil, and water occur. Containers of different colors help to sort waste. A green container is used for glass, a blue one is for paper waste, a yellow container is meant for plastic, a red one for metal and combined waste, and a black one is for household and biodegradable waste. Due to the advancement of technology, it has become easier to sort. For example, you do not need to wash packages, nor there's any need to scratch labels. We will create a robot that will speed up the sorting process, and unpleasant manual work will not be needed anymore.
We will contribute to a new world order which is called the Model of Circular Economy that was announced by the European Commission in 2015. It is an economic model based on the principles of sharing, renting, reusing, repairing, rebuilding, and recycling. Using this model, the amount of generated waste is reduced to a minimum. As the number of population is increasing and non-renewable resources are running out, we have to save. We can no longer live according to the principle, take, produce, throw away. The scheme of circular economy is design, production, distribution, secondary use, collection, and recycling. Using this model, consumers will get more innovative and more durable products. It will allow to save money and to ensure a better quality of life. Annually, Europe throws away about 600 million tons of materials that can be recycled or reused. The annual amount of waste generated in Lithuania is about 1,280,000 tons. It makes 433 kilograms per person a year. One European citizen consumes 14 tons of raw materials on average a year and gets rid of 5 tons of waste. It is intended that by 2030, Lithuania should reduce the amount of waste disposed in the landfills by 50%, increase recycling and composting of waste up to 34%, enlarge the number of recycled packaging and the use up to 18%. The tendencies of waste management are improving, but work still needs to be done. Europe's circular economy up to 2030 aims to recycle 65% of municipal waste, recycle 75% of packaging waste, reduce landfills to maximum of 10% of municipal waste, ban landfilling of separately collected waste, promote reuse in industry, encourage producers to put greener products on the market, and support recovery and recycling. So, what's the situation with waste management in our countries? This vertical bar chart describes the situation in European Union in 2014, according to Eurostat. And this enlarged slide shows our countries. Green color means sorted waste, which we are mostly concerned about. you can see that Slovenia was in the 7th position in Europe, Hungary in the 9th, and Lithuania was only in the 20th. The situation in Lithuania was the worst one. Luckily, the introduction of reverse vending machines in 2017 has significantly increased the rates of sorting waste, and we are now among the leaders. Here you can see examples of our school waste management. Our school has been involved in waste management for a long time. We encourage all community members to save water and electricity. We sort waste. Students use secondary raw materials during technology and art lessons to make, for example, new furniture and works of art. It has also been a long tradition for our school to clean the streamlet. Senior students have educational lessons in kindergartens and primary schools. Our school participates in FEE Environmental School Program, and we have received the highest award, the Green Flag, 7 times. So that's all we have wanted to show and tell you today. Here you see the material used for this lecture. And here is our website address and the photo of teachers who are participating in this project and 3 ladies who have prepared this report. Thank you for your attention, and now maybe you have some questions.